What's up, fellas? 2 minute warning. Fury back at it again. This is the final week of the season until the playoffs begins. The following week will be the Wildcats, and we have a special show for you guys on that. But before we get to next week, we got to talk about Rex Ryan being fired. Wow, what's up with that, guys? Well, just to let you know, we have Fogmate back again another week. Dula has to step out. The Lions needs a lot of counseling and soul searching right now. So Dula have to take the week off. I think Tim has more on that scoop on Dula, but
Yeah,
that being said, Tim, take it away.
yeah. Dillard's right now. He's trying to he's trying to follow the yellow brick road to the wizard, and hopefully can grant some type of magical powers, so that way they can try to beat the Packers next week Sunday night. So Dilla, keep walking. Wear comfortable shoes, Dilla. Comfortable shoes. All right. We're gonna start out with the Buffalo Bills. Rex Ryan getting fired. And I was tight at this, Josh and Fog. I was very tight because the thing is this. No general manager, head coach, all right. I mean, he doesn't sign the plays. In this case, we all know Doug Whaley, the GM. He's the one who gets the guys. He puts the guys there. Basically, he cooks the dinner, does what he want to do with it. Rex, how you serve it, however you're going to do it. Now, Rex gets penalized for this. And, not for nothing, we're talking about a guy who's a proven defensive coordinator. All right, he makes defenses better. We see him with the Jets and with the Buffalo Bills. But as far as that, what has the GM given Rex to say we're gonna fire you because you didn't do a good job? Maybe you didn't do a good job. All you got in here was LaShawn McCoy. Sammy Watkins has been a walking injury. Hasn't played a full season yet. Wasn't he drafted in the top 5? Okay, he was. Justin Hunter, you got him from the Tennessee Titans out of free agency. What has he done? We're talking about Marcus Goodwin, who is probably their best receiver, and he's a 4th receiver on everybody else's squad. I mean, then you got Willie, then you got Charles Clay. I don't understand about that. Okay, then now this year they're talking about the Rex Ryan for Tyrod Taylor to stay on the field. They want to go with a bigger option, maybe in Cardale Jones, when they dropped out of Ohio State, or maybe go with the other quarterback they drafted in the first round, EJ Manuel. Okay, but you guys paid Tyrod Taylor. You were the same GM that was here before. I'm sorry to say, I just think the GM just found a way to get his problems and just got Rex Ryan out the way.
Yeah, it's a sticky situation right now in Buffalo, and I kind of look at it as like a mini 49ers going on. A little evil empire is kind of happening over there with Whaley, in my opinion. Kind of has that Trent Bulk, kind of issue going on with him. And I don't think it's going to be as big of a head coaching candidate as people think it will be. Yeah, it's going to be in the New York marketing area, but at the same time, Whaley, I think, might be looking for kind of a puppet-esque kind of a head coach this coming season. I'm not sure what they're going to do with Tyrod. They may do him dirty. I know he has that in his contract, I believe, even with the huge contract he signed under, that they can possibly release him without any sort of cap penalty towards the Bills going into 2017. If I'm not mistaken, maybe Foggs might be able to correct me afterwards, but if they go for a head coaching candidate, like most reports are saying, I could see them going with Lynn into next year. I don't think it's going to be a huge a point for head coaches, a big name head coaches at least, to go there. So I'm not sure what's going to happen, and it's going to be hard to tell where they go in the future, especially with Whaley at GM.
I agree with you 100%. There's not going to be I don't know if they're going to be able to get a big name to go there. Number one, it's not a sexy job. Number two, with the change of ownership and Doug Marrone doing what he did, and they kind of just were forced to bring in a name brand. They thought they had the team there, and they brought in Rex. But TB, I'm going to go against you on this one about it not being Rex's fault. If you look at Rex's history as a head coach, when he took over the Jets, that was Eric Mangini's team, Eric Mangini's coaching staff. And once he got rid of that and put his players, his personnel into place, his coaching talent into place,
right,
that's when the bottom started to fall out on them. And it's happening over here in Buffalo. I don't think Rex Ryan is a bad head coach. I don't believe he's a good judge of character when it comes to coaching talent and player personnel. He doesn't put the proper people around him to make the team successful as a whole. I think that's the big problem.
Well, here's my take. First of all right, and this is the thing. I'm going back to the Jets, just like you was. Okay, with the New York Jets, we all remember who was the GM, right? Tannenbaum. Yes. All right, Tannenbaum. All right, now I remember watching Hard Knocks football with the New York Jets, and I remember the best part of it all was watching the coach's room, how they did the NFL draft. And I'm watching. We'll have a head coach in Rex Ryan, who's from his father, rest in peace, to him and his brother who have football in their blood, sitting next to a man that we have no idea if he can play the game or anything. But he's sitting there drafting all the guys, not even asking Rex what does he want. The only thing he said to Rex was, "Hey Rex, hey, you got the 6th round pick. This is your pick. Take anybody you want." And he took that fullback, the one they called John Connor. Now, what that one piece showed me was, okay, it's like Bill Parcells' famous quote, and I'll still use it to this day. If you want me to cook the dinner, at least let me shop for the groceries. So my thing is that if you want me to make this team a winning team, let me have a say-so on what should be on the team. I don't know what kind of say-so Rex Ryan had. All I know from reports is saying with the Bills is that the GM wanted EJ Manuel to play the last few games. Rex said, no, if I'm going to continue trying to win with this, Tyrod Taylor's my guy. I mean, hell, you pay Tyrod Taylor. He's working with nothing. It's a shame that this man is getting disrespected about being 6'2", 6'1", small quarterback. But what have you given him besides with Sean McCoy? I mean, that's the problem. This man was shown he's able to beat a team like the New England Patriots, like he did last year when guys started to feel better and show up. So when I look at that, Rex Ryan to me has been on 2 teams. Because look at Todd Bowles right now. We're gonna blame Todd Bowles. It's a garbage situation to go in. These low market teams where the GMs and the coach go, the GM and the owner go, here, just make it work. It's bad. When are the GMs are going to get the blame?
I agree with you with that. He's getting the blame. I don't think any coach. First of all, I disagree with Rex being fired because I don't agree with any coach getting 2 or 3 years and then being told to walk. And right now, you look at Buffalo. That's their history. Their longest tenured head coach in the last decade and a half was, if I'm not mistaken, Dick Duran, and he was out in 3.5 seasons when Perry Fuel took over in 2009. So they're not doing right the organization by the team itself to begin with.
Right.
So I agree on that aspect. But again, there's a track record with Rex. He doesn't get things to work. There is some talent there. And yes, he said, we're going to win with Tyrod Taylor. I got to use Tyrod Taylor. You got to understand, too, this GM, these GMs, they talk. They're in tune with he's in tune with the other 31 GMs in the NFL. And the common consensus is that Tyrod Taylor is not an NFL quarterback. He's not a franchise quarterback. So these guys are going to take that into consideration and say, hey, well, maybe EJ Manuel may have something. He might be something. I don't think he is. Hell, I think Taylor is better than him. But there's something there for them like, hey, you know what? Maybe let's see this. This season is a wash. Let's try making it work with this. I think, Rex is getting the shaft because he disagreed with general management, but his track record is still there. He can't get the talent to work together the way it needs to work. And it starts with his coaching staff and the coaches that he brings in.
Yeah, hard to argue that. That's one of Buffalo's biggest problems is not having the consistency of the head coach position. They expect to win immediately, and they expect like a drill sergeant or miracle type of head coach to come in and just bring them to the playoffs instantly for the first time since '99. And sometimes that's just not the case. They thought Rex Ryan might be that hoorah type of guy to get him motivated and might have a squad around him, and it just didn't happen. So,
well, real quick,
yeah.
If Tyrod Taylor's cut, let's just say he's cut. We all know he's not playing the last game because of if he gets injured, there's $30 million that goes to him, so they're gonna sit him and start EJ Manuel. But if you're Anthony Lynn, okay, well, and it's already posting Doug Willie may want to consider cutting him. What team do you see getting Tyrod Taylor? I say the New York Jets. I think to me it's a good spot.
Someone who needs a good backup.
I mean, yeah, or someone who's really desperate for an immediate starting quarterback that they think that it can just suffice like an Alex Smith type of offense, which at this point, could the Jaguars possibly be interested? Are they getting sick of Bortles? Are they just going to take the L on that? Or especially if they bring in Coughlin. I mean, there's talks of Coughlin coming in, and Coughlin I heard does not like Bortles at all. So. Who knows what could happen there? But at the same time, the Browns, what are they going to do? Are they going to go for someone like Garoppolo, or are they going to go for a Tyrod Taylor?
You know what? If Tyrod Taylor was to get cut, I wish he would sign with the Browns and let Hugh Jackson just build around him so he can just let Buffalo just shove it right to that GM's face. You see? It's very simple.
It could actually.
You put a quarterback, you put pieces.
The offense over there in Cleveland, if they had some stability at the quarterback position with Tyrod over there, you never know. They got some playmakers at the wide receiver position, especially if Pryor, develops into a consistent wide receiver. If he doesn't drop like, a quarter of the balls that he has this season, he might actually have 2 or 3 more touchdowns on his stat sheet. So, and you got Corey Coleman there now.
Hold on.
Again,
Johnson in the backfield is a nice offensive, backfield. Yeah, nice tandem to have a Crowell back there.
I just don't think the common consensus across the league is that this guy's a starting quarterback. I think that's the biggest issue. I see him getting the Vince Young treatment.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one. Okay, fellas, right now it's week 17 is approaching, but as of right now, we have the playoff bracket. We have in the NFC the Cowboys with the 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have the Falcons with the 2 seed. We got Seattle with the 3rd seed. 4th seed is Green Bay. New York Giants is the 5th seed, and the Detroit Lions is the 6th seed. They're gonna do 1 AFC, 1 NFC, 1 AFC. In the NFC side, at the wild card spot, who do you see run the table? Now, I want to just shove it out loud, yell it out. He's feeling good with 2007. I want to have the pleasure to be on the truthful side and show my respect to them. And I'm gonna say it right now. If this is how the bracket's gonna be, okay, I'm not picking the New York Giants. Okay. I'm going to pick the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers is playing he started off very bad. I mean, it was a lot of rumors about what's going on in his personal life, but the man's playing like a mad dog. And all respect to the Giants. Giants can run the table if anything. I just don't. If I got to compare to 2007, I don't think that. There's the same leadership there. The defense is still pretty good. Yes, Odell Beckham Jr. is the best receiver in the league, and he's better than the guys they have there, but they just had a better team.
Are we just doing NFC for now, Timmy?
NFC right now. Then we do the AFC next.
All right. The playoffs are a different beast. They're a different animal.
Let it out.
Here it comes.
I know. Let it out. I know Joshy, man. Let it out. I know Josh.
But you're right. I hate to say it, but the Swiss cheese, they're making a hot run right now at the right time, and that's what the playoffs are all about. It's hard. I hate to say it, but Green Bay, man, they're dangerous, and I definitely don't want to play them in the first round, which we may end up doing as a Giant fan. Aaron Rodgers is clicking with that offense. I don't think they've scored under 30 points yet in the past few weeks. And here they go on, at Detroit, and I think Detroit has pretty much just I don't know. I don't think the flame is there anymore. I think they're kind of getting their momentum on the downward. I think they're getting a little regressed, and I think Green Bay is just going to come in and storm Detroit. That's going to light an even bigger fire in Green Bay, claiming the North in that style at Detroit on Ford Field. They're going to be dangerous going in there. They could make a serious run.
Well, then we agree across the board because I can't see anybody but Green Bay doing it as well because just like Josh stated, they're hot at the right time. They have turned it on. My only concern is that defense. If defense wins ball games and if there's any team that's set to surprise and actually make a run, it would be Seattle because of all the teams right now in the wild card, Seattle's the more balanced on both sides of the ball than any of the NFC Wildcard teams. Listen, they're second in points allowed defensively, seventh in yards. This is a top 10 defense in the NFL right now. Offensively, they're a top 15 offense. Now, with the exception of Atlanta and Green Bay, who are just lighting it up, because Atlanta could potentially be a wild card team if they lose. Nobody else is doing it on the offensive side of the ball. So Seattle could sneak in there, and again, they've been there before. I'm taking Green Bay, but Seattle would be a team that I'd hate to have to play against too.
Listen, I'll tell you this. I would love for Seattle to come to our house, or the New York Giants, just to shut it down. But that's another story. AFC side. AFC side. Okay, number 1 seed, of course, is the New England Patriots. Number 2 seed is the Raiders, and that can switch up, depending on the results of the Sunday. Oof. 3rd seed is the Steelers. 4th seed is the Texans. 5th seed is the Chiefs, and 6th seed is the Miami Dolphins. Now, Randy Brown, you my dog. You're my dog, Randy. But I'm not picking the Miami Dolphins. All right? It's Matt Moore. I like Matt Moore. I'm taking not only the team that can run the wild card, I'm taking the team that I see going to the Super Bowl.
The Texans?
Realistically. No, you close. The Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs have the best defense in the whole playoffs. AFC NFC side, they have the best special team. They can score anywhere special team, and they have an offense. If they want to throw that ball, they can throw that ball. They got a good running game, running attack. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, you kind of stole my thunder with that pick, man. I mean, a lot of people will laugh about the Titans, winning that last second game a couple weeks ago against the Chiefs. But, oh, man, are they – if you look at the AFC playoff picture right now, 1 through 6, you can see the Chiefs knocking off any one of those 5 teams, and that's including the Patriots. I mean, they're playing amazing football, especially on the defensive side, and that's where it counts. And like you said, they can score on the offensive side too. And that boy T. Hill, is he explosive, man? What a charge to that offense he's been this year.
Listen, I like the Chiefs, but I'm gonna have to go against it.
All right.
And the Chiefs, again, defensively, if there's a team that could compete with them, with New England, and go to the Super Bowl and represent the AFC, it has to be the Chiefs. My knock on them is Andy Reid. So he automatically, that's an automatic drop off because he coaches to self-preservation as opposed to going for the kill. And once he gets a lead, he becomes even more conservative than what he is, relying heavily on his defense. And what saved them is turnover differential. They're second, I think, in the league, plus I think, or minus 15 in turnover differential, or plus 15. Whatever. Okay. They're knocking it out the box. The Steelers, because they could play in warm or cold weather, They're the 10th best defense in the NFL statistically. 9th best, I apologize. And their offense is clicking. Since Le'Veon Bell came back from the suspension and got his legs under him and got rolling, look at what Pittsburgh has done the last 6 games. This is, again, another team that has been there before. They've got a solid core unit of players that have been there. They know how to win playoff games, and their defense is playing so much better than what they were at the beginning in the first half of the season that they propelled themselves to 8th in yards per game and 9th in points allowed. This is a team like Green Bay riding a hot streak, and they've got the star talent, Ben, Brown, Bell, to go with it.
Good argument.
Can't knock it. All right, good picks.
Well, I'm trying to get Hobbs on because he has a bone to pick with you guys because you said that you guys weren't as accurate. I mean, he did wrote something down. He may join or may not. We only have like a couple of minutes left, but let me try and see if I can read through what he just posed. His points: Doug Wales put together a hell of a roster with great depth. Trading for LaShawn McCoy deserves a huge praise. Sammy Watkins has played a full season. His rookie year and his rookie year and his amassed 982 yards.
Okay, well, how about this? How about this? I'll say meaningful years. I won't say full year. I'll say meaningful years. Meaning, okay, you got drafted with a corporate receiver or with a group of receivers like Evans and Odell Beckham Jr. Those two receivers now have improved their teams close to the playoffs. Sammy Watkins was the first receiver out of that group, and what has he done? Nothing. If you play one season of 982 yards, I mean,
especially being traded up for. Yeah,
exactly.
You got to play a lot better. You got to be stellar on the rankings.
And don't get me wrong. If he's not injured, if he's not hurt, he's talented. We all know that. But meaningful games. Now, if we go with LaShawn McCoy going to the Buffalo Bills, was that how can I say a great GM move where he thought of something, or was that a dumb move by Chip Kelly? I say it's more of a dumb move by Chip Kelly that he just, what? That's all you want? Here. You sure you want the kicker, the punter? Yo, here, take my wife. She can go too for LaShawn McCoy. She can go, because let's keep it real. Let's keep it official. You know, listen, all I'm saying is this. Through the years since Rex Ryan's been there, all we heard was the Buffalo Bills defense. I recall last year when Maurice Brown was with us, he even said it, that Buffalo had the type of defense you want in the playoffs. Okay, where's the offense? The defense played very good this year. Where's the offense?
You got to get to the playoffs first.
But you got to score something. Defense can't carry you. Defense can't carry you, all the time.
Well, on that note, we got to close this up and get over to the second down, folks.
Down.
Yes, sir.